Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Live at the Gig. Today I'm joined with Nicole Issa. If you're fans of Gracie Abrams, Lizzie Kaplan, and you love into pop music, Nicole is your girl. So, Nicole, thank you so much for joining me. I really appreciate it.
Oh, thank you so much, Liv. You're so sweet.
No worries at all. For anyone discovering you for the first time, can you tell us a little bit more about yourself?
Totally. My name is Nicole. I am an indie pop singer-songwriter slash artist. I like to describe my music as like the hug you need after a breakup. So like the one bit that's like, oh, I'm so depressed, but then also like, yes, you can do it, girl. You got this. So if you like that kind of vibe, that's where I'm at. Yeah, that's me.
Awesome. Great. Well, you just released your debut EP, Bring It Back to Me, last week. So congratulations. So exciting.
Thank you.
No worries. This has been, correct me if I'm wrong, but I think it's been 4 years in the making. So how does it feel to finally have the songs out and everyone in the world to listen to it?
Oh my goodness, it feels so amazing. Mostly because I think like there is this facade with music where it's like, oh my gosh, you need to be releasing quick. But I don't think people realize how hard the process is sometimes of releasing music. And so, especially if you're trying to do it sustainably and over a long period of time, if you're doing it really just sustainably, it does take a long period of time. That's what I was meant to be. So it feels so amazing to have it out, but it also feels really scary because like, I can't do anything. It's up to God. Like you've got to. I've got people. I can't control this part. Exactly. I control the other things. Yeah. But the reception has been so lovely, which has been so nice, and so it feels good. It feels really, really good. I think there's moments where I'm like, oh my gosh, like I need to move on. I need to do the next thing. But like having a little bit of a moment to just reflect and be like, you did that.
Yeah.
You did that.
Like take it all in. Take all the support.
100.
And like, this is your first big release.
Yeah, my first like full body of work. And I've dreamt of it. I've dreamt of having a day where like I had a full body of work that represents me and my artistry of just being like, hello, this is it. So it feels really nice.
Yeah. Oh, I'm glad. I think it would also be a bit scary as well because these are all your thoughts and you've created this whole EP now. Everyone can listen to it. It would be a bit scary in a way as well.
Oh my God, do you know what the scariest thing is? People being like, oh, so you wrote that song about me? I was so nervous. No. I had to message some people and be like, hey, heads up. I had to, otherwise I was going to freak out and not post about it. So I was like, listen.
No, that's fair.
But we're here. Yeah, it's out. I have to remember it's for the art. It's for the art. And they should feel honoured.
They
have music about them.
I would. In this EP, you explore themes of chronic illness, heartbreak, and self-worth. Was there any song in particular that you found hard to write emotionally?
I think it wasn't hard to write at the time, but to get there was really hard. Does that make sense? And that's definitely, I don't know myself. Like at the time, because I think with my songwriting, when I'm feeling a lot of feelings, it does just kind of come out of me. Like I never sit there and go, to be honest, I just don't have the energy to be like, if something's not working, to push through it. I'm like, nah, move on. It's not working. Yeah. So that's kind of my process.
Yeah.
So I think just the journey of getting to I don't know myself was so difficult. I remember that day so clearly. Like it was I just had my 6-week appointment on the day and I'd conveniently had a session booked that night with Andrew Meyer and Brie Clark, who are both incredible writers. I've worked with Andrew before. And so I had this 6-week checkup and I was sitting here like, oh my gosh. Like my pants still don't fit me. I'm going to get shamed because I didn't do any exercise, but you weren't allowed to do exercise. And I was just so in my trigger warning, just body image and like body dysmorphia. I was just so in my head. Look, I don't want to say I've recovered from that. I think I still have moments of really bad body dysmorphia and I still am really harsh on myself. And it's something I've always struggled with. But I remember just going into that session and just being like, I am so upset. Like, where did this all come from? Yeah. And so when it kind of came to that, it was like this confession of like, girl, you are 26 years old. Well, I was 26 at the time and you don't know anything about your body. You don't know anything about yourself.
Yeah.
And you need to actually take a moment. You need to sit down and you need to figure out how to get over this, because the way that you're treating yourself is absolutely disgusting. And I didn't realize people had been going through this stuff until I started talking about it.
Exactly.
And then some of my closest friends.
That does also, I guess, answer my next question. Your tour that you did, it raised funds for Endometriosis Australia. So, yeah, I guess that was really answer my questions. How important it is to use your platform and create awareness for people who are also struggling.
I think for me, advocacy is a big part of everything that I do. So not only do I do music, I'm also work for an arts organization. I'm a producer. I'm a creative producer, and a big part of my work is advocating for things that matter to me. Another thing that's really important for me, I guess, is the endometriosis advocacy, and I think I would just remember being so frustrated, and that I just felt like I was so alone. The only person that I knew that was going through this was my sister. And even then I used to dismiss her. Like, I feel bad saying it, but I remember she's like, no, I'm bloated. There's a reason. I'm like, everyone gets bloated. Like, what do you, everyone has period pain. Like I was doing the same thing.
Yeah.
And so when I was going through this, I knew that whenever I release a song, I always feel like I am going through the emotions of when it was happening. And I knew that when I was going to release I Don't Know Myself, I'm like, that's going to be really hard for me. So I was like, what can I do to make this, just channel that energy into something?
Yeah.
One thing about doing music is that it's very me.
Yes.
And don't get me wrong, I'm a Leo, so I don't mind a little bit of attention. But I was like, I'm so freaking over talking about myself. I'd released 3 singles. I'm like, I'm over it. I was like, you know what I want to do? I want to see if there's a way for me to give back.
Yeah.
And I missed playing live so bad because I'd been behind my laptop just working on these releases, and I missed playing live so bad. And so I was like, stuff it. I'm going to do a bunch of shows for me.
Yeah.
One thing that I do in my shows is I talk a lot. And so whenever I am doing shows, I try and like restrict myself. And I was like, no, I'm going to talk as much as I want.
Yeah.
I'm not going to take any money from it.
Yeah.
And I'm just going to raise a bit of money, make some cute shirts. And let's call it a day, right?
Yeah.
And then I did a show at Sappho's in Glebe, and it was so beautiful. It was so special. I talked so much shit that I was like telling the itty bitty bits of the songs that like no one knew. I had 3 fans come that I didn't know, so I was very excited by that.
Yeah.
I had some family, some friends, and we were just talking about the different songs and being there together. And I am I'm so happy I did that. That's how I write. I write with me and my guitar. That's how I've always started things. And don't get me wrong, I'm itching to play with a band again, but it was nice to just be like, this is why you do the thing. Yeah. Not for the Spotify playlists, for
for it's about connections, helping people.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It was awesome.
Where did you go on that tour?
So I went to Melbourne. So I did Sydney, Melbourne. It was my first tour. And it was really special also connecting with people from Melbourne that I was like, this is so cool. Awesome.
Let's talk about your EP title, Bring It Back to Me. That title, to me personally, suggests returning something, but I'm very curious, what does it mean to you?
Bring It Back to Me is really this proclamation of a couple of things. When it was first originally written, it was this whole thing of like remembering your why and why you do music, right? Mm-hmm. But over the years, it's really turned into this thing of returning to self, that you'll only be able to be in your highest power when you're focusing on yourself. Chronic illness stuff of remembering to love yourself and return to self.
Yeah.
But also this thing of like, stop worrying about what other people think. Stop worrying about where you're at in life. If you are doing what you want, and if you're doing what your 5-year-old self would think you're cool at, you're good. That's what Bring It Back to Myself. That's what Bring It Back to Myself is.
Yeah.
And so that's what it's really turned to. And I think lately, like this year and like the past 2 years, it's become this thing of, I'm a chronic people pleaser. I struggled with boundary setting. And so I had a lot of relationships in my life. So everyone knew me as being friends with everyone, right?
Yeah.
But I had a lot of these relationships. I never said no. So that's why they were friends with me, because I'd do anything. They'd be like, jump off the Harbour Bridge. I'd be like, hell yeah, let's go.
Sure, if it makes you happy,
Exactly. And so I finally got to a point where I started saying no. And so for me right now, bring it back to me is learning to put myself first. And for anyone that doesn't respect that, they're not good for you.
Yeah.
They're not meant to be. They're taking advantage of you. And so it's this honestly about learning boundaries.
No, I love
Just to
that.
summarize that.
Yeah. As you mentioned before, I'm sure you would get it a lot. I would describe your music to be a hug in a song form. When you're writing, how do you create that sense of comfort and connection for listeners?
I think it really just comes down to honesty. Like if I don't believe in something, I can't write about it.
Yeah.
And I'm also, and that doesn't mean in terms of my own life and my own story. Like whenever I'm songwriting for other people or top lining, I have to kind of understand their story and really deep in and feel what they're feeling for me to then be able to put it into song form. So yeah, totally. So I think it just really comes to being vulnerable, just being open.
Yeah.
And the minute that you've got that mask on, it's a shit song. It's just the reality. Like I can feel it when I'm in a session and the vibes are off and you're like, oh, I'm just need to get this over and done with. There's a lot of people that like to push through and I really admire that, but I can't do it. I'm like, it doesn't interest me. We're done. Like, and I just don't. So I have to really feel something in that moment. So
I feel like it's always noticeable as well, like if you're being honest and vulnerable in a song compared to when you're not.
100%, 100%. I think it's just really important. I think for me, vulnerability and honesty is just the core reason. The whole reason why I started writing was for that, because I had big emotions and I didn't know where to put them. So yeah.
Well, that's good. You've put them in the right place. Songs. I love
Thanks. Do you write yourself, Liv?
No, I'm not talented like that.
Very cute.
I love the concept behind Alive from the Arena. What inspired you to film these performances in Western Sydney?
So it's live from the area. But
sorry, I got arena.
That's okay. Here. No worries. Well, it can be arena. Manifesting that. But I am a Western Sydney girl. I'm a Lebanese girl from the area. So just for a bit of context, Liv, I don't know if you've heard that term, the area, before. Have you?
No.
So the area is a colloquial term for Western Sydney.
Oh, okay.
So if I'm in Sydney and someone says where you're from, I'd be like, I'm from the area.
Oh, okay, right.
You know, because it's the area, you know. Right. And a lot of the time it's actually it's not a good thing. Like a lot of the time people are like, oh, she's from the area. Like I work in the area. I live in the area. I'm a Lebanese girl who grew up in the area. I tried to run away from the area. So when I was first doing music, for example, I had blonde hair. I'd have my acoustic guitar. I'd go into Newtown, and if anyone asked me where I was from the inner west. So I very much ran away from that identity. I'm obviously very connected to my home. I've reclaimed that now as a big part of my identity, and it's something that I'm really proud of. Like I know like a lot of people would think that should be ashamed by it. I'm not. I think it's raised who I am. I think the best people live in Western Sydney. Like people like, and when I tell people that I work with young people, they're like, oh, that must be so hard. I'm like, no, man, it's lit. Like the young boys, I work with a lot of young boys and they are so respectful. Some of the most respectful people that I've ever met. It's just, you've got to give them a chance. You can't just come to this conclusion.
Yeah.
Totally. So when we were thinking about things accompanying the EP, the whole EP being called Bring It Back to Me and Myself, it was this return to self concept. And part of that is returning to who I am and the places that raised me. And so that's where Live at the Area was born. So the first episode, I do it at my grandma's house because my grandma's house is just...
so it's like all places that are meaningful to you? Yeah,
totally.
I love that.
The second one is at the local pools that's now turned into a park. And there's this funny story about how when I moved there, so I moved to this house, I was like 5 years old. I was begging my mum, being like, oh my gosh, we're going to have a pool. Like I imagine this like double-story house with a pool. She's like, yeah, we've got a pool. And when we got to the house, like, Mum, where's the pool? And she literally got like a milk crate, stood in it and goes, the pools are over there. It's the local public pool. I died.
Oh, really?
I was like, talk about clickbait. So that's the second place that I did it. And then the third place that I did it is at my local hairdresser where I still get my hair cut and all of that. So so that's where the whole concept of Live from the Area came from, to try and reclaim that power and give humanization to Western Sydney and being like, these are the stories that raised me.
I love that about music though. You can always incorporate personal elements as well. So I love that. Is there any more coming up that you're yet to release or...
Yes,
Yes?
there's one more, and I'm still working on something else that fingers crossed
Oh, awesome.
can kind of accompany the EP again.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've just got some things brewing in the background. I have some ideas, and I just need to make them happen.
Yeah, no, that's so fair enough.
Yeah.
I'm excited to see them when they come live. Speaking about your chronic illnesses and mental health, heartbreak, etc., has there ever been fans that have shared stories with you about how much your music has helped them through similar experiences?
Yeah, and it takes me by surprise every single time. It's the sweetest thing.
Very surreal.
Mostly it's so crazy. I remember I was in Dallas, Texas, and I
Oh,
sang
wow.
Cliche, which was the song about long distance relationship. And then two people came up to me afterwards and she was like, hey, like we were in a long distance relationship for like 3 years and we finally moved to the same city together. Like I feel like you described our relationship in a song so perfectly. And I was like, well, I
That's
hope it's a
so
lot healthier than
beautiful.
mine because mine was
Yeah.
not healthy. Because no, we had our on and offs, and there was one stage where it felt like that, but now we've decided to choose each other. And I'm like, it must be
Oh,
nice.
yeah.
So that was a moment that I remember. I think also recently, a lot of the stuff with endometriosis and chronic illness,
Mm,
a lot of people have come up to me and been like, I've been dismissed XYZ amount of times.
yeah.
And people start sharing their stories with me, which I think is it's the biggest honor. It's
Yeah.
literally the biggest honor.
That's so beautiful. I love that about music. It just connects
Yeah.
everybody and it's beautiful.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
Let's finish off with something a little bit more fun. If you could open for any
Yeah.
artist in the world, who would it be?
Oh my gosh. There's so many. The first person that comes into my head is actually Matt Corby because
Really?
yeah, man, I used to love him growing
I
up.
love Matt Colby,
And I
yeah.
just think I think that would be, do you know those moments, those little kind of key points that you have in your life in a local atmosphere?
Yeah.
Yeah, that'd be awesome. I think another one would be like Lizzie McAlpine. That would be
Yeah.
amazing. If I was like selling out arenas, maybe Scissor, but I feel like I'm not
Yeah.
her genre, so it's fine. So like Phoebe
You
Bridges
never
or
know.
something. Yeah. Yeah. So yeah, Phoebe Bridges or something. But I
Yeah.
think in terms of
Incredible.
local, I think that's something that I kind of miss doing is like opening up for artists. And it's one of those touch points that I used to dream a lot about as a
Mm.
kid. And so it'd be really great to do that.
Who have you
Yeah.
opened up for in the past?
I've opened up for there's an Australian artist called York. I've opened up for her. I've opened up for some
Sounds
of my close
familiar.
friends. Yeah, so there's a
Who,
couple of
sorry?
ones. I haven't a couple of my friends, like
Oh,
I've
yeah.
opened up for my best friend Trevor, and like but I just haven't done many gigs in the past couple of years because I've been so focused on this EP. And so I'm
Yeah.
really excited to kind of get that ball rolling
Yeah.
again. So
Can we
yeah.
expect a tour or anything soon?
Well, I want to do a tour.
Yeah.
Working on it. We're working
Yeah.
on it.
Exciting.
Yeah.
Do it. Come to Adelaide. I'll be there. Can't
100%.
wait.
Done. Just for
Lock
you,
it in.
Liv.
Yeah.
100%.
Well, Nicole, thank you so much for having a chat today. I really appreciate it. And for those watching and you haven't checked out Nicole, please do. She's absolutely incredible, and I'm sure you'll love her just as much as I do. Thank you so much again.
Thanks. Thanks,
No
Liv. You're
worries.
so lovely. Thank you so much
Thank
for doing
you.
this.
No
I really
worries,
appreciate
of course.
it.
You're so welcome.